Hey guys, Humans for Targets here, and I know I've already done a couple of videos on this North American Arms 22 Magnum Pug. The reason I'm doing this video is because it was requested by Derek Grebner 87. If you have a chance, check out his channel. He's a good guy. He wanted to see me loading the gun and show how it gets loaded, so that's what I want to do right now. Well, one interesting thing I wanted to point out before I do load the gun is I had opened this box. It was sealed, these 22 mags, and this was one of the rounds that fell out. Came out of the box just like this. See how deformed the case is there? I don't know what would have caused that, but I'm going to have to go through all these rounds. You can see they sit down in there in a little thing, and they're kind of protected, you know, by each little ring. So I don't know what would have caused that, but there's no way I'm putting that in the gun. Also, these are Federal Game Shock. There were some reviews on this round. It's supposed to be a pretty good round. Jacketed hollow point, 50 grain. 22 Winchester Magnum. And then when I'm done loading the gun, I'm going to also show you what it weighs on the scale when it's loaded, okay? Okay, so first thing you want to do is check to make sure it's not loaded, of course, and mine's not loaded. Pull the hammer back one click to the half-cocked position. Hang on a second. See how the hammer's down flush like that? That's considered half-cock. Even though it's not back very far, you can see that it's not locked in. Okay, so then you take this piece right here, pull it down and twist, just like that. Okay, once you twist it, this pin will pull right out of the front like that. Now your cylinder is released. There's nothing holding the cylinder in right now. And you just pop it out. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and load her up here. Okay. There's what it looks like on the other end of the cylinder. Okay. Then all you have to do is place your cylinder back in the frame. I always place one of the notches on the cylinder right up over that little bolt there that comes up like that. Kind of even your cylinder out a little bit. Get your pin started back down through. It's actually going to go like that. Line up your cylinder. Push your pin down like that, back into the frame of the gun, and now your cylinder's locked back in. Pull down again, twist, and there's a little spring in there. It's spring loaded. Locks it back up into place. That's what's holding tension. There's a little spring there. It's locked in. Okay, now when you're loaded up, you know, this is where you want to be careful. When you do this next step, I'm gonna show you this for the purpose to let you see how dangerous it is, but don't do this. You're gonna have to turn this cylinder, okay, with your hand, and you're gonna have to pull the hammer back. Don't go like this. Don't put your hand in front of the muzzle, okay? Because we're dealing with a loaded gun right now. So what I'm gonna be doing is pulling the hammer back, and I've got to turn this cylinder. So make sure you don't go like this, okay? Because if anything would happen and a round would go off, that's going to go right through your hand. So come from underneath, like this, pull your hammer back a little bit, and you can see where the locking notches are, okay? Right there. It's going to be in between, see how there's a fatter notch cut right there? It's going to lock into the skinny notch right there, to the skinnier one. So you got to pull the trigger so that the hammer falls all the way forward fully, and then that will will lock it in for you, and then it rests in between chambers so that the hammer's not resting on a round. So you could drop this and it could hit concrete or whatever, and a round's not going to go off if the hammer's hit. It's resting on a slot in between the chambers. Okay. So now I'm going to let's see here. I'm going to show you how much this weighs. What I'm going to do, guys, is I got this little napkin here, little paper towel actually. I'm just going to put that on the scale so I can lay the gun on top of that. And that's just, this napkin's just reading 0.14, which is nothing, 0.14 of an ounce. So I'm going to lay the gun on there. Okay, so we're looking at 7.5 ounces fully loaded for this gun. So that's not too bad. I hope this helped you out, Derek. You can see how this gets loaded, and you know, take the cylinder out and load the rounds in there, and always set your hammer in between the chambers so you're safe. And because this could fire if your hammer was on a round and this hit concrete or something, it could fire. So, all right, everyone, this is Humans for Targets and North American Arms 22 Magnum Pug, and I'm out.